Hey, what's up, you guys? Shartimus Prime here, doing another Marvel Legends toy review on Marvel Legends Jigsaw, the variant version. This is a badass figure, and I'm very happy to do a review on it. I'm also doing this video due to a request. So if you guys have any other requests, leave them on my profile page. Um, but damn, this figure I'd wanted for a long, long time. He was really expensive, and he and I picked him up at the Comic-Con, so it did cost me a lot. And he's definitely one of the harder Marvel Legends to get, but I've been wanting him for a long time, and I'm really glad to have this figure. Um, this is the variant version of the Punisher Jigsaw 2-pack. The other version of him, he's wearing a full-out Punisher-like costume, and this one he's got a suit on instead, which reminds me a little bit more of the Punisher Warzone movie, which I actually really liked. A lot of my friends didn't like it, but I thought Punisher Warzone was pretty fucking cool. Um, but yeah, dude, this figure is fucking sick, and it's pretty simplistic too, because it's just a suit. It's just a guy in a suit, you know. There's not many Marvel Legends where the character has like kind of an average build, and they're just wearing a suit. Like Professor X is like the only one I could think of that comes to mind, you know. But this thing just looks so badass to me. I really like the face. The face is pretty fucking scary looking. He's really messed up face. There's a lot of color variation in there and stuff, and the teeth look all kind of like chewed up. I don't know, his teeth look like a little bloody or something. I just think that's really badass. Let's see if it changes if I shut this light off. Yeah, it's a little better if I have the light off. Yeah, so that's pretty fucking cool. And then like the majority of the figure is just white, you know, which is kind of funny because I usually like a shitload of paint detailing. Now this was a Toy Biz release, but yeah, there's not a whole lot of paint detailing on the figure, but it's okay. I don't really miss it or anything. The suit is just a flat white color, and you can tell that they built him with a white plastic. So there are parts where the paint does chip off a little bit, but it's just white underneath wherever it chips. So it's not that bad. Um, and yeah, so he's got these cool little bronze buttons throughout the suit. So he's got 3 buttons over here that are kind of a bronze color, and they are made like with a reflective type of paint, so they are kind of shiny. You know, he's got a couple of buttons right here. The vest has these 4 buttons going down, and then 3 more buttons over here, and that's it. But I think the buttons are really nice, and then the lapels on this thing are really cool too because they actually are um, that they're kind of like a reflective white. They're different from the rest of the figure, and I'm really trying to get it on camera. I really hope you guys could see it because it's just a nice detail that I thought was very cool. It just looks like the whole thing is white. You can't really tell, I think, but like this whole thing and the collar going around and coming back down over here, that's like a different, shinier white than the rest of the figure. I hope that's coming through. Probably not. But, I'm telling you it's there, so just trust me that it's there. Got the pockets on the jacket right here. I think it's very cool. The black part right here, from his undershirt and for his dress shirt and his tie are just a flat black. Nothing special going on there. I want to say that the tie is kind of a little bit darker, but it's not really. Kind of looks like it's the same. There's no paint detailing in the hair. It's just a flat brown. So, there's parts, I can't. There's not a whole lot of paint detailing on it, but I don't miss it. It just looks badass the way it is. And then the shoes are really cool too. These shoes are, his loafers or whatever. They're really shiny. I think that's a nice touch. So it just like reminds me of Scarface. I just think this figure is a true badass. I don't know. I'm really, really happy with it. I think it's hella sick. The articulation on him is pretty fucking sweet too. His head, moves pretty far back. Moves down pretty well side to side, right? The shoulders right here. Now you can see from me moving him around, a little bit of the plastic came off right here. So you can see that little dent. So, but it's not that big of a deal. The plastic underneath it is white as well, but you can see a little bit came off right there. I don't know if it was like that when I got it in package or from me messing with it, because I don't remember seeing any piece fall off, but that's what it is. So just to warn you guys, that'll happen. So he's got a shoulder joint right here. I don't really like to move him around too much because the paint job on this thing is delicate. He does flake. He's got bicep joint right there. double jointed elbows. His wrist turns right here, and it also moves up and down. And his fingers can close all together. Okay, and he's got this like gun holding position going on right there, so they can close all together like that and move up and down. Same thing with the other side, basically same position on the other side with the hand. So that's pretty cool. And he's got no torso joint, but he does have a waist joint right there. And he has ball joints in the legs, so you can see the two ball joints right there. And the thigh rotates, and this is where I have some paint wear coming off, like on the inside of this ball joint. You could see some, I don't know if you could see it, but some paint's coming off, on those lines. And rotates at the thigh right here. Also rotates over here, which is very cool. So he rotates in two places in the thigh. Double jointed knees. And he has this lower calf joint type of thing going on right there. And the ankle does move side to side a little bit. And he does have toe joints that move like that. And the foot does move up and down. So he's very well articulated. Even though, he's not the kind of character that I really, especially wearing a suit like this, I want to see him, doing all kinds of crazy agile poses or anything. But it's still very nice to have, and he's really easy to pose because of all the articulation. I really like this. Now, his guns are really fucking sick, too. I mean, he comes with a nice assortment of pistols and crazy guns and shit. Like you guys know, I'm not a gun guy, but, he's, I have him posed with this big ass gun right here, which I'm sure someone's down to tell me what the hell it is, but it's got this really cool gunmetal type of finish, this silvery finish right here, and then it has black on the handle right there, black right here, and then black on the scope. So that's cool. There's a variety of colors in this gun. I really like it. Then he's got this shotgun right here, which is very cool as well. It's got this worn metal look. And it's got black right here on this handle and black on the handle right there as well. I think that's pretty sick. This is pretty cool. You could even see the little rivets for the fingers right here in the front. Very nice. Little trigger right there. Very cool guns. And then this guy right here, which, I don't really understand what this is, but, it's another gun. It's got this thingy at the bottom, which is black, and the handle's black, and most of the gun is like a darker silver. But at the very top right here, it looks like a chamber. It's like a lighter silver. So I think that's pretty cool. So yeah, I mean, this is definitely, I don't know if he's worth it. I got the 2-pack for $45, and so it was 2 figures, for $45, and so it was pretty pricey. I mostly got it for this Jigsaw figure, and Fernando was, really cool dude, Fernando. I traded the Punisher that came with it for him, with him. I did a trade, so. But yeah, I just really love this figure. I just think he's really badass. I cannot say that enough. So if you can afford it, and if you see a really good deal on it, go for this Jigsaw. This Jigsaw is perfect to have in your display versus your, Series 4 Punisher. Series 4 Punisher is the one I really think is the best. Oh yeah, and then these 2-packs come with these bases right here. And I don't have the backdrop thing, but this is kind of neat. But I never use these things, and then it comes with so you could put the figures up on these bases, so, which is useless to me. I never really set these things up. Sometimes I use these bases in displays, but not with, I never really set them up with the stands. And he does have the hole peg in the back in case you do want to do that, so that's pretty cool. It's got like the wrinkles in the pants and everything. I just think this is really sharp. I really like this figure. I can't say it enough. Sorry, repeating myself over and over. There's so much detail put into this thing. And at the same time, there's not. It's weird. Alright, you guys, that's my review of the variant Jigsaw. Thanks.